Hello, my name is Ed Voss. I want to tell you about my new book, Rambling. It's a collection of short stories for the whole family. Welcome Home is the story of a Vietnam vet named Jim and his son Dave, and what happens when Dave finds his father's footlocker full of memories. Their First Hunt is a fictional story I wrote as a present for my grandchildren about a hunting trip one cold fall morning. In Christmas on the Mesa, rancher Tommy Loving gets a surprise as he follows a stray calf on Christmas Day to the top of a nearby mesa. Being airborne means more than just jumping out of airplanes. It also means finding the strength to carry on when you have nothing left. This is a story of the men who taught me to find that strength. Ride across Arizona with Sergeant O'Connell and Lieutenant Sheridan as they follow Pablito and a band of Apache Indians. Be prepared for the battle at the end that will be the beginning of a legend. Probably the hardest thing I ever wrote. The story of the loss of a daughter, the love of a wife, and the gentleness of a horse. Only the names have been changed. This is a true story. Seated at a table with a pad and a pen, a man who's lost his vision must first learn how to write, then use his writings to figure out who he is and where he came from. On a journey between LA and Phoenix, a screenwriter takes a break in a rest area near the California-Arizona border, only to be confronted by a camel and a strange man. Who are they? Where did they come from? 14-year-old Danny Andrew is scared and angry and uncertain as to what lies ahead. Will his trip across country with a truck driver he doesn't know to live with an uncle he's barely met really be going home? All of these stories have been available for Kindle on Amazon.com, but Rambling contains 4 new stories. The first new story is Shade, a journey into the future where the government runs everyone's life in their computers. Some people have learned to live off the grid and help others to join them. In the second news story, a storm is growing along the mountains, and Ray knows that he needs to find shelter before it arrives. It doesn't help that there are a band of tenderfeet that need his help. Right across the plains of the Old West as he races against the storm. Stranded in windswept western Wyoming, a young man must survive a brutally cold winter night while protecting the sheep in his care. All the while he is dreaming of a warm place. Tyler is invited to go on a fishing trip with his uncle in the mountains of Montana. He has faced a grueling operation and recovery period, but can he save his uncle's life after a deadly grizzly attack? Find out when you read about Tyler's courage. Coming December 2010, Rambling by Ed Voss. More heartwarming and legendary stories by the author of A Tree for America. Coming December 2010, stories by Ed Voss, photography by Ed Voss, published by RJB Publishing.